All right, so what's up, everybody? Today I got a quick short video just giving some encouragement to anyone out there that feels like they're stuck in their situation, or they want to be somewhere else than the position that they're in right now. Now, I'm making this because that's sort of how I feel right now, because I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for everything that God has blessed me with in the past years, especially in the past year, because he's blessed me so much and given me what I've prayed for. And as you could tell, I'm at work right now. I'm on my break. But sometimes I forget and I become ungrateful because I'm not where I want to be in life, or I want to be somewhere else. Just to give you an example, I'm in the oil field, and sometimes when I'm out here, I envision myself where I feel like I'm called to be. So I'm into investing, trading. I want to get into real estate. I want to be involved in Wall Street. I would like to not live in New York, but be on Wall Street for a good amount of time, maybe like a month or two. And just to have the ability to do that, and that be my full-time job, building myself up to that. Sometimes I get discouraged when I'm out here because I feel stuck. And I'm like, man, how am I going to make that transition? When I tell my family, when I tell other people, when I tell my coworkers, like, I want to quit, or, when it is that time, like, I want to leave to do this, it may seem like a fantasy. It may seem like just like a dream, literally. And that is my dream, but it's also my goal. So it's different. I'm putting things into place, and I'm taking action, not to just keep it a dream, but to make it a goal and to bring it to reality. So, when I'm out here and I get called out and I have a long night, sometimes I get discouraged when a trade doesn't go my way. Those things start playing with my mind, and I have to renew my mind on, the purpose that I feel God has called me to do. So if you feel like you're in a position right now where you feel stuck, or you don't want to be there because you feel like you want to be somewhere else, man, I just advise you to take it to God and say, God, how do you want me to approach this? How do you want me to be that man or that woman that you want me to be? Help me, Lord, to walk in that purpose, walk in that path. The funny thing is that the person that we desire to be is already inside of us majority of the time. The person that you want to be is already inside of you. God has placed that person inside of you. So come to him and pray that he brings that person out of you. That way you can receive these blessings. Like me, if I want to be an investor, a trader, if I want to be, in real estate and flipping houses and doing stuff like that, I have to know how to manage money. So when I'm falling short on that part, I have to say, God, help me to, steward these blessings, the time, the opportunities, the trades, the way that man that I'm praying to be would steward these things, because he's already inside of me. That man that I envision in my head when I say, he has everything that I want, that future man. I have to learn how to steward my blessings, my time, my opportunities the way he would. That way I step into being that person, that man. I'm a Christian, but it's funny because I see, believers prosper less than unbelievers. And I believe that is because unbelievers know what they got to do and they do it, as weird as it sounds. Now, us believers, I feel like we have more anointing and favor, like supernaturally. But as the world standards, the unbelievers know what they got to do and they do it. They don't put it on anyone else. And I feel like as a believer, it's convicting for me to handle things like that. Not saying that I have to take control of everything, but I have to understand that to get to where I want to be in life, I have to do my part. And I feel like as believers, we should hold ourselves accountable to that and do it, not just put it off on God. Like, God, why this, why that? God, why haven't I gotten this? Well, probably because you're not doing what you need to be doing. You're not stewarding the things that you need to be stewarding right. I myself included. So if you feel stuck, bring it to God. Ask, how can I change my ways? How can I step into being that person that you've called me to be, God? How do I steward all the things you've given me and do what you've called me to do the way that the complete version of myself that you've made me to be would already be doing it? Ask him to bring that out of you. Ask him for wisdom. Ask him for knowledge. And don't get discouraged by what you see around you, you know? Like me, when I get discouraged, I'm like, man, like I feel stuck out here. I feel stuck. Like I don't want to get stuck out here. I feel stuck out here sometimes, but I know that God has a purpose and a plan, and he has led me here for a reason. And you know, I can't forget that there was a time that I was praying for an oil field job, and now I got it. Now I need to utilize it and make the most out of it. That way I can transition into what I want to do. So that's another thing. Don't forget to appreciate your answered prayers. This is a pretty short video. I just want to help anybody that feels stuck. Remember, ask God to show you where you need to change and how you need to operate and move like the person that you already desire to be. And don't forget to appreciate God when he answers your prayers, and appreciate that prayers he's already answered. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.